Welcome everyone to Oak Lanes and Westland as we continue our exciting challenge series with the opening rounds of the Oak Lanes region. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and I want to thank you for joining me, and I'd like to thank Oak Lanes for being our host center. As you remember, we started this year's challenge with 13 teams representing various bowling centers and groups from around the Metro Detroit area. The 13 teams, they're divided into 2 regions named for our challenge host centers. 5 teams at Thunderbolt Lanes and 8 teams right here at Oak Lanes. They are the host team, Oak Lanes, Perfect Game, Country Lanes, Vision Lanes, Woodland Lanes, Mary Bowl, Cherry Hill Lanes North, and the Fantastics. So we start with 8 teams in the region, then 4, and then finally the winner of the last match earns the right to represent Oak Lanes region in the final season-ending championship match against 5 Star Lanes. 13 teams, 2 regions, 1 Bowling Showcase champion. Let's take a look at today's first round matchup. This week's bowling battle features Vision Lanes taking on Woodland Lanes. Vision, they come into the match with a team of all-star accomplished bowlers looking to go all the way. And the Woodland Lanes team, 3-time challenge victors, come in this year with an all-new lineup of seasoned bowlers ready to take on all comers. Vision Lanes versus Woodland Lanes. Each team is determined to take home the trophy, but first they have to make it out of round 1. There you have it. Helping me call all the action is Oak Lanes proprietor Jason Papa. I'm going to move into position lane side and get a better view of the action, but we'll be right back with the start of the match after these messages on Bowling Showcase.
If you've been involved in an auto accident, it can change your life. So can the attorneys at 1-800-LAWYERS. They have won thousands of cases and millions of dollars. When you need help, call 1-800-LAWYERS, the law office of Zamler, Schiffman, and Karfus.
Here we are back at the Bowling Showcase Challenge here at Oak Lanes region. Jason Papa with me, proprietor here at Oak Lanes. Jason, we had a pretty good match last week.
Yeah, and I have a feeling this is going to be a great match. 2 really good teams, 1 team with a lot of experience going against a team of young guns. I think we're in for a real treat this week.
Well, you know, we had a 300 game in this event, probably 5 years ago. You think it's time for a second one?
I think we're overdue, absolutely.
It might happen. We'll find out right now. So we got Vision Lanes versus Woodland. Vision Lanes, again, they're the young guns. Looks like we got Maddie Klein leading off. On the left-hand lane, Maddie's been bowling for 23 years.
Daughter of Steve Klein, the proprietor at Vision Lanes.
Leaves the 4-6-7 split.
Yeah,
wow.
This split conversion's pretty low percentage. I'd imagine she's going to try to just take the 2 pins here on the left and let her team move on to the next frame. Maybe get a lucky break and bounce 1 pin out and convert it.
It's about the only way, really. Could cut it, but got one. She's trying to cut it. All right, Chuck Dobrik of the Woodland Lanes team. Woodland Lanes has been here before, but now with this set of bowlers, this very experienced set of bowlers is here. And thanks to Tom and Gary Winkle for sponsoring the team. Really appreciate that.
A couple of great proprietors, Tom and Gary. Got to know them real well over the years.
Oh, 9 and a wiggle. 9 and a wiggle. Got the 10 pin. Nice shot, Chuck.
Chuck's probably fired at a couple of 10 pins in his career, I'd imagine.
I would imagine. Gets his spare ball out, going cross lane at it. And covers it. Terrence Parker now up for the Vision Lanes team. Left-handed bowler. High average of 229. Nice shot, leaves a 7-pin. Terrence didn't start bowling till he was 31 years old.
No kidding.
Amazing. He did shoot a 300 game with the 2022 TNBA Rodman at Super Bowl.
Don't hurt it.
And covers it. Ed Dudek now up for the Woodland Lanes team on lane 5 here at Oak Lanes. Ed's a real veteran.
79 years old and bowls 2 leagues a week and practices 3 times a week. Leaves a 10-pin there.
I got a feeling Ed is going to use the same ball and just adjust his hand position for the 10-pin.
Sounds about right.
The way a lot of us old-timers learned how to bowl.
That's right. 1 ball in a 1-ball bag.
That's right. Good pickup by Ed. Woodland has an 11-pin lead after 2 frames. Derek Norman coming up for the Vision Lanes team. Derek's from Saginaw. Been bowling for 23 years. And he's only 25 years old.
No kidding. Started bowling at 2 years old.
Left-handed two-hander. Leaves the 7-pin.
Well, he's using just about the whole lane there, isn't he?
He is. You know, when the lights come on, things a little bit different. When they were in practice, they were just striking at will.
I don't think they missed in practice.
I don't think so either. Derek also changes to his spare ball. Cross lane for this 7-pin.
Right at it.
Covers it easily. All right, Julie Halstead for the Woodland Lanes team up on lane 5. Julie has been bowling for 45 years. We're not going to tell you how old she is, but she's been bowling for 45 years.
I don't know how that's even possible.
A real veteran.
Great bowler too.
She
Lefty.
is. She's also, as last week, with Jeannie Gebbia, she's a member of the Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame and also the Michigan Bowling Hall of Fame. A little wide and comes roaring back.
Well, she knows these lanes pretty well. She's bowled here in the past.
Charles Easton of Toledo bowling for the Vision Lanes team. Been bowling for 25 years. His high average 259.
Yeah, if this guy's not in the Hall of Fame yet. He will be. Real good bowler. Gets them all to fall.
The first strike for the Vision Lanes team.
Almost left that dreaded pocket 710 there, didn't he?
Almost. Greg Cohen now up for the Woodland Lanes team. Greg was the 2014 Metro Detroit USBC Super Senior Masters champion.
Started bowling at age 10.
The little light leaves the 2-8.
He'll probably just move a couple boards to the right here and hook it at the spare. Ball's going to have to take out the 2-pin and the 8-pin, that sleeper pin.
Yep, seems to me we had that leave last week.
That's
from
right.
one of the players. And just like last week, covered easily.
Nice cover.
Vision Lanes down by 12, working on a strike now. Ronnie Sparks coming up.
Another future Hall of Famer here.
Ronnie's a great bowler. Been bowling for 25 years. High average 240, couple of national championships. Yeah, just a solid player.
Does a lot of youth coaching as well. Works with the kids.
That's wonderful.
Really a great human.
And doubles up, cuts that lead from 12 to 2 pins with that strike. Lester Lewis now the anchor bowler for the Woodland Lanes team. Lester has been bowling for 62 years, and a high average of 226. Oh, leaves the 1, 2, 8, 10 washout.
Got that one out a little bit, missed a couple of boards right, and it just never recovered. He's going to try to hit the head pin just to the left side and throw that 1 pin right into that 10 pin and convert the spare.
You mean like that?
Just like that.
He was listening to you, that's for sure. I know he's a little disappointed about leaving the washout, but he's got to be ecstatic about
That's right.
that.
You know, you make a bad shot, you got to shake that off and come back and pick up your spare and give your team a chance to win.
That's right. So we got a really good match going. Woodland, 75 through 4, and a spare up in a 5th. Vision, 47 through 3, and a double. Vision's got a 2-pin lead.
You know, Vision Lanes, they're just going to have to keep their foot on the gas. I mean, they can't let up against this Woodland team that's got so much experience. I mean, both teams look really calm and collected
Absolutely.
out there.
So we'll be back after these messages. We're going to talk to the Woodland Lanes team about their opportunities in the second half of the match here on Bowling Show.
(1-800-LAWYERS) has been winning cases for over 50 years in Southfield, Detroit, Warren, Taylor, Macomb, and all over Michigan. When it matters and you need help, call 1-800-LAWYERS.
Here we are back on Bowling Showcase here at Oak Lanes. Got a great match going, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, phenomenal match, real close. Second half's going to be a nail-biter, I think.
So we're going to take it to Phil Goodman, who's going to talk to Lester Lewis about that great conversion in the 5th frame and the chances his team has of prevailing in this match.
Lester, you had an incredible conversion on your split. That was like a 1 in 100 shot. What was going through your mind when you came up to that shot?
To make it. To make it, to help the team out, because we are bowling a pretty good team. Vision, I know the guys, they're pretty good bowlers. So
Some young guns, eh?
yeah.
So you guys are a very experienced team. Being so close and just maybe a touchdown, what's the plan moving forward, using your experience and confidence?
Well, we're trying to look forward more so to bowl, to get down to bowl really good bowlers, because we have no choice. We have to get up there and use our experience. Not only our experience, we also have to use our thinking for the lane conditions that we are bowling on. They're much different than our practice lane, so we just have to bear down and bowl.
Well, we know you guys know how to adjust. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so The experience, will it win out? That's the whole question.
That is the question, and we're about to find out right now.
About to find out. So Woodland's up on the left-hand lane. We're going to start with Chuck Dobrik. Chuck back in the first frame, left a 10-pin and covered it easily. So now he's on lane 4 here at Oak Lanes. Jason, once again, thank you very much for hosting this entire Oak Lanes region.
Hey, thanks for giving us the opportunity. I mean, we're happy to be here and happy to have everybody here with us.
Oh, rips the rack.
He got them all down this time, left that 10-pin on his first ball and was able to make that adjustment just like his captain was talking about.
That's right. So Matty Klein now up on lane 5. Vision Lane's working on a double with a 2-pin lead.
Yeah, this is a really important shot here.
It is. Back in the first frame, she left that 4-6-7 split.
That's right. She needs to recover from that.
That's right.
And she does.
That's the best way to recover, isn't it? The Vision now has a 12-pin lead. Woodland, though, is working on a strike. And Ed Dudek also left a 10-pin in the first frame, or in the second frame, his first time up, and covered it. He's looking for a strike right here. Oh.
Another 10-pin.
Another 10-pin. Ed's high average is 217. Got a couple of 800s.
Perfect
easily
cover.
Covers that 10-pin.
These guys are making it look easy.
Yep. Terrence Parker now up for the Vision Lanes team. They've got a 12-pin lead, working on 3 strikes in a row. Leaves a 7-pin.
I believe he left a 7-pin.
He left a 7-pin back in the second frame. Yes, he did.
At least he's consistent.
That's right.
See if he can convert this spare and keep his team with the lead.
He did back in the second frame. And he does here
all
also.
over it.
Julie Halstead now up for the Woodland Lanes team.
Julie shredded the rack last time she was up.
She did. Being a left-hander, she threw everything to the right.
That's right.
Threw so many pins with that 10-pin, I'm surprised it didn't break in half.
I didn't think there were that many pins in the rack.
That's right. Good solid strike by Julie. Derek Norman for the Vision Lanes team. Derek lives in Saginaw. Left a 7-pin back in the third frame. Bowls the Stardust Lanes up in Saginaw. Obviously, he's got a connection to Vision Lanes, though, through the Hamtramck Singles Classic.
Absolutely. Great tournament.
It is.
And the two-hander rips the rack this time.
Oh, man. Destroyed the pins. Woodland Lanes down by 11. Greg Cohen coming up.
Yeah, Greg's going to have to get a strike here and get their team working on a double to give themselves a chance in this
Foundation,
match.
9th frame.
That's right.
Greg's very capable.
Very nice shot.
And he answers the call. That cuts the lead just to 1 pin. Vision Lane's working on a strike. And get that lead back to 11 with a strike by Charles Easton. Charles up on lane 5.
Well, he's been in these situations many times before. Avid tournament bowler, wins a lot. See if he can show that he has some experience here as well.
That's right. Leaves a 10 pin.
Don't think he was real happy with that when he let it go.
No. Got his spare ball.
Shoot cross lane at this.
And covers it. So here's the setup going into the 10th frame. Woodland Lanes is down by 1 pin, working on a double. Their max score is 225. The Vision Lanes team, their max score is 216. So Lester Lewis, remember what you said during the interview with Phil. Now it's time to shine.
That's right. He can strike out here and shut out the other team.
There's one.
He gets this one, and it's all over but the crying.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, Lester. He loves bowling. Comes a little high, leaves a 10 pin.
I think he might have been a little nervous on that shot. What do you think?
Well, we know he knew with the score, with his experience. Ten pin, pretty easy, right across lane there. And covers it.
So this is going to set up a pretty exciting 10th frame here for Ronnie.
Final score, Woodland Lanes 214. Max score for Vision 216.
So Ronnie's going to need to throw the first 2 here and get 9 on the fill ball to win.
That's right. That's only 1 ball at a time. Ronnie's been in this pressure situation many times in his illustrious career. Leaves a 10 pin.
And Woodland Lanes comes out on top.
They do. They do. Wow. Again, on paper, you look at it before we start, looked like the Vision Lanes team was just hands down. Why did Woodland even show up?
Kind of a David and Goliath match, right?
That's right. Cover by Ronnie.
Just goes to show you that Woodland Lanes, with 255 years experience in bowling, you know, was able to dig deep and get this win.
Leverage it. They had a clean game, and the key shot in that whole match, in this whole match, was the washout conversion
That's
by
right.
Lester Lewis.
Lester
back in the
picking up
5th
that
frame.
washout in the 5th, yeah.
Final score of this match, Woodland Lanes 214, Vision Lanes 205. Just absolutely amazing.
Wow, what a match. I said at the beginning, I thought this was going to be a great match, a nail biter. It went back and forth, and Woodland Lanes comes out on top.
It did. So we'll be back after these messages. We're going to talk to Lester Lewis one more time about the key to the match and how his team fared today on Bowling Showcase. Here we are back on Bowling Showcase. An exciting match just concluded. Let's go down and talk to Lester Lewis. Phil talked to him at halftime after he made that washout. So Lester, I think that was the key shot in the match. What do you think?
Yeah. And not only that, I would have to face my, my group here.
Absolutely. You got a great team there. A lot of experience on that team, isn't there?
Yes, it is. It really is.
You know, those 3 strikes between the 8th, 9th, and 10th frames, between Julie and Greg and then yourself, set you guys up for this great victory.
Yeah, it was very important. I think so. We all knew who we was facing. Pretty good team.
David and Goliath.
Yeah, David and Goliath, as we call it. But the group kind of calmed down and knew what each one had to do. I am very proud of all of them because they really came through.
And I'm sure Gary and Tom are very proud of you too.
Well, I'm glad Woodland is proud too. So.
That's right, exactly. Well, congratulations. We'll see you in the semifinals in a few weeks against Country Lanes here on Bowling Showcase.
All right.
Congratulations, and give that to your team also.
And thank you for having us.
Okay. So, I'm still stunned.
Wow. I mean, like you said, on paper, it looked like Vision had the best team, but that's why we get out and we bowl. And
that's why we play the game.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we hear that so often in professional sports a lot of times, or college sports, about it. On paper, it looks that way. Same
Absolutely.
thing here. But
and we love an underdog team, don't we?
We do.
Absolutely.
We do. But that's why we play the game.
That's right.
Okay, so next week on Bowling Showcase Adult Challenge in the Oak Lanes region, we have Mary Bowl against guess who? The Oak Lanes team, the home team. So what do you think, Jason?
Well, of course, the Oak Lanes team is going to win. I mean, they have the home
I'm going to
field
watch how
advantage.
you talk in this match. Let's see if you influence anything.
No bias here at all.
No bias
no,
at all. That's right. Okay, we'll be back on Bowling Showcase next week. Again, next week, Mary Bowl and Oak Lanes on Bowling Showcase.